What's up, everybody? Welcome to the PixelPlay podcast, episode 232, I think. Oh, numbers are what are they? A social construct? Is that what we're going with today?
They're in nature. They exist everywhere.
Yeah.
What do the numbers mean, Mason?
I don't know, but you know what they do mean? That we're gonna have some hot takes. Because today we're gonna be talking about games that you guys, not you, that you like. We don't.
You got bad taste, Drew.
Yeah, for everybody listening, every thought you've ever had, you're actually wrong. Every single one.
But enough about me. Let's talk about you. Yeah, we're gonna do a bunch of, well, I shouldn't say a bunch. Like, we've got a small list that we've each put together of games that like the general audience seem to like a lot, and we either really don't actually like at all, or we're just like, I don't get it. Whichever way we want to go with it. I'm sure we all have our different parameters and how we'll do it. And we'll see how wrong all the gaming people are, and then how completely right we've always been. Because that's why you're here. You're here because that's all we're good for, is just the best and most accurate takes.
Yep. You can trust everything we say.
Yep.
Every single
Yep.
thing.
We wouldn't lie to you.
Nope.
Never. I would never do such a thing.
Never. Never.
Never.
So anyways, let's talk about really good games. Kaylan, start with you.
Yeah, so it's been a while since I've been on the podcast, so I've been playing a couple things. Still working my way through the Mass Effect trilogy. I told you guys, I think last time I was here, I was starting Mass Effect 2.
Yeah, you just started 2, I believe.
It's definitely better. I am into it. I like it. I've gotten farther than I did my first playthrough, but I think there's
Do you remember how far you were before you stopped the last time?
Like I wasn't far. I'd gotten like 3 or 4 of your buddies, and that's it.
Oh, okay,
like,
so
I didn't go
you
far.
were like maybe like halfway through collecting.
The gripe I have is still there, and it circles into a larger thing about this game. First of all, I gotta talk about Commander Shepard's running animations. Like, it is a man who's on vacation with chafed thighs, having to go like to the bathroom urgently. Like, he runs like if you saw someone who's just like trying to hold it in, making it to the bathroom, but his thighs are raw. Like, that's what he looks like.
How do you know that just people in space military won't actually walk like that? You don't know.
Because I'm a fat guy who's been to a resort. I know what that looks like. Yeah. So there's a problem with this game. I like it. I'm into it. I'm going to play the series through. I'm going to finish this game. But this game has a pacing issue. And I think this problem stems from the fact that there are too many side characters, or too many, like, companions you can get in this game. And each one has its own little mission to, like, build its loyalty to it. But there's just too many, right? And I feel like what it does is you're on this super important mission to stop the collectors, which, once again, just a rehash of Mass Effect 1. Like, you just replaced the Geth with the collectors, and it's the same thing. But you've got this thing where human colonies are getting captured and collected, wiped off, whatever. But you spend the whole game just getting a crew. It's just Ocean's 11, and if they just did the Ocean's 11 part. And so I think, like, it takes away, like, hey, we gotta move fast, and this is urgent, but let's go get the 16th member that we need for this crew and help out with their buddy mission. And it's like, I only bring 2 people on a mission. Like, I don't need 6 or 8 different people if I'm only going to use 2. So I kind of feel like I get the elusive man who's like, man, Shepard, we need you to move quick, get this, but also take your time. So I feel like
two things. One, I mean, I look at it as that's what we expected from games. We needed lots of content, so they probably overshot it then. Second part, you mentioned the collectors are just a replacement for the Geth. Do you know what the collectors actually are yet?
I think
without spoiling it.
I mean, it's a 20-year-old game. I think
yeah, but I like this game.
Yes, I think I generally know. Like, I'm basically at the point where I have to get to like the Omega relay.
Well, what I mean is, do you know what race the collectors used to be?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So, yeah, I know that.
Okay.
So once again,
because I was about to say, I don't think that's a fair replacement because there is actually story.
There is.
Stuff
There
with
is.
them.
Like, they justify
Whereas the Geth, they're
and
just
stuff.
like, here's like the clone army from Star Wars Episode 2.
Yeah. No, I get that. Like, they're more fleshed out and stuff, but it's the same thing. It's you got this alien race that no one really talks to, hangs out with, whatever.
Kaylan, it was the Xbox 360. We need to have an enemy type that we could just copy and paste for like 90% of this game. Give them a break.
It's fine. But yeah, I'm
that
liking
we
this
still
game.
do today with most games.
Yeah. So it's good. Like, I'm liking it. I don't I know that this is some people's favorite game of all time, and sure, if it is, cool. I'm not gonna, yuck your yum, but for me, I don't see it. This is a good, serviceable game that I'm enjoying, but it has not yet gotten to the point where, oh my god, this is amazing.
I mean, whoa, Kayla, we're doing that bit later in the show. You don't need to tell people about the game that they love so much and say that you don't care for. Like, come on now.
I said I like it. I just don't see like the whole like this is the greatest game of all time kind of argument.
I like it. I think it's a great 4 out of 10. Like,
I mean, if you're using the rating systems correctly, who knows? Maybe a 4 or 10 actually wouldn't be like as bad as it would sound today. I mean, how many people are still like thinking that, oh my god, no one knows what they're talking about when they give Crimson Desert a 7, as we've seen recently with that. So it's like, again, the rating system is like, people don't understand. 7 means it's good, right?
I had a whole rant on our Discord about that, which you can find on linktr.ee/PixelPlay podcast. About, why, people give 7s a bad rating, but like, kind of it's not that big of a deal. Anyways, so I played that. I also played the Pragmata demo. I was kind of looking for something in between. And I was like, I'm going to check out Pragmata. It's okay. It didn't sell me on the game. I really like the idea. I like the atmosphere. I like the general idea and concept. But I think there's a couple things that are kind of dissuading for me, or at least going to wait and see where the reviews fall on this. So the first off is the main character. Dude gives a lot of like 2010s like bro kind of vibes to it. Like the way he speaks and stuff is just kind of cringy. So I wasn't really vibing with that. And then the second thing is like the gameplay mechanics. So have you guys tried this demo at all?
no.
I don't play a lot of demos these days.
So
no.
the crux of the game, as far as I can tell in the demo, is that like you have your little android, buddy on your shoulders, and what she can do is she could like hack into the robots that you're attacking. And so there's like this weird little mini game where like you could have to like almost do like, remember the old like 1990s like pipe wrench game where you had to like fill a pipe, or like the Bioshock hacking mini game where you had to like make a path to get to the end, and that's how you do it. So they got these quick little mini games that you do, and you can like damage the shields, like disable the robots, blah 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 blah, and you do that every time you encounter an enemy. So you're playing like this weird little mini game using the face button. So for the PlayStation, it's like triangle, circle, square, and X. So you hack it, and then that disables the shields that then allows you to shoot at the enemies. It's a cool idea, but I could see that getting very tiring by the end.
Yeah.
That like I don't know if I want to do that for a whole game. So you'll like that's kind of for me what like I was like, all right, we'll wait and see. Not bad. Not saying this game is not going to be something I'm interested in, but the demo didn't sell it to me as is. So yeah, played that. I'm going to see if I'm curious to see if like this comes up that you can see like the combat there. Let's just leave it running while we go. The last thing I want to talk.
Oh, sorry. I was going to say the general thing that I get the sense of with this is that I still really like the visual style that they've decided on this,
Mm-hmm.
and
for sure.
like the biggest problem that I have with a lot of games in the last little while is similar to that. Is like so many developers are coming up with these really cool concepts visually, and then kind of seem to forget that you have to build a game around that.
Oh no, there is a game like I'm knocking the combat style with like the hacking mechanism, but it is actually quite innovative, and like we've not seen that before. It's more so for me that like I don't see that being like something that I want to do for.
Well, but that's
8 to
what I
10
mean
hours.
though, is like you can have an okay style, but if it gets boring, if that gets boring, then like okay, well then the only thing you got left is like the visuals to keep you invested. But it's like that doesn't work much anymore. I mean, look at what happened with Horizon Forbidden West. Yeah, it's still visually stunning, sure, but how many times can you sit in a bush and put an arrow in a watcher before you're like, all right, I think I've done what I can out of this.
Endlessly.
Because I think the biggest key with a game like this is always going to be, okay, if there's a lot of repetitive combat, what are you doing then to offset that to keep people to want to continue on? Because we don't know how long the game's going to be either.
Yeah.
So like, how long does this take before you go, okay, I think I've gotten what I can out of this? And then what do they do to offset that? Is the story going to be really, really good? Is there a lot of interest with the two characters that you're going to see in this game? A lot. Like, what's the selling feature? And if it ends up just being, well, it's a really pretty game, that's not going to cut it anymore. Considering how many indie games we have out there that are more into the 8 to 16-bit style and do not only great visual looks, but the gameplay is fresh and doesn't outstay its welcome either. So I think it's just the challenge that even like when we saw the trailers for Pragmata, I had a similar vibe to him. Like, this might look good.
Yeah, so wait, hold up. Here's the hack. So you can see right here if you slow down, like, you hack the robot before you, like, disable them, and then you can attack them.
Yeah.
And you do that for every single...
It looks perfectly fine. It's just a matter of, okay, like, if it's the same process over and over again, do you go, like, okay, this is great? Because, I mean, yeah, is shooting enemies, this feels the same a lot? Yeah, but, like, headshots can be fun to try to challenge yourself to do consistently.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that hacking thing, if it was like every boss you run into only or something.
Or like certain ones, how like some have like a shield that you need to do.
Yeah, or it's like a specific special enemy that might show up just one of them. But every enemy, I would be so bored of that so quickly.
Because it's not like when you play like most games where they have like, okay, here's the enemy with a shield, need to do this specific type of attack to disable it, and then you can go ham on them afterwards. Like, that would make sense. But if it's like, if every enemy requires that, yeah, it's going to be a bit of a deal breaker after a while.
Yeah, no, I really want to like this game. I like like I said, I like the visuals, I like the atmosphere, I like the general idea of the story.
Oh, it's charming as shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so that was my experience with Pragmata. Last game I want to talk about is I was at the local arcade and I found the coolest pinball machine.
Nice.
Chris, I don't know if you've heard of this. They've come out with a new Pokemon pinball game.
What?
Have you heard of this?
What?
No.
I know. See if I can find footage of this.
Yeah, find the footage of this. So it's really cool. So it's like you go and it plays like the Pokemon like theme song and like it has the narrator. It's like every journey begins with a step and like. But what's really cool is you can actually download an app on your phone, and they do this a lot with a lot of arcade games now. But this is the first time I've downloaded the app where you can like build a profile and you get a QR code and you scan your QR code to the pinball machine.
Does it have a big Meowth in the middle?
Yes.
Okay, then I found it.
So you scan your QR code, and it keeps track of the Pokemon that you catch. So every time you play a game, you have an opportunity to catch Pokemon. And when you catch the Pokemon, it saves it to your profile. Yeah, this is it right here. So, like, Team Rocket battles, you can have Pokemon battles. So, yeah, you scan your card, you can keep your Pokemon.
Of course, it's a Master Ball as the launcher, too. That's perfect.
Yeah. It was... I spent so much money just playing this game.
I mean, would play the hell out of this.
They know you, I guess.
Yeah. So you have to, like, you find Pokemon. So, yeah, you catch your Pokemon and then it saves it onto your profile, onto your phone.
Chris is trying to figure out if he has room for a pinball machine in his basement now.
I think this one's slightly different. I don't remember the same layout, but it might be slightly different. But this is the idea of it.
This is fantastic.
That's
How do
really
I take
cool.
this with me on walks so I can play Pokemon Go and this at the same time?
But just play Pokemon Pinball from the Game Boy Advance. Same thing, right?
I don't know if it'll give the same.
But yeah, it was awesome. I had so much fun. So, yeah, it was done by Stern Pinball, and it was really, really good. So
That is
Chris,
a very
well,
cool concept.
That's
That is how
really
you
cool,
take
yeah.
like an old thing and modernize it perfectly.
yeah.
Holy
So I think
crap.
there's something like 180 Pokemon to find, which I'm kind of bummed because it's not all just like the original 151. There's like some random ones. So I've caught like one random Pokemon.
They got to get some of the kids to know. Oh, I remember who
They
that
gotta
one
get
is.
the kids these days.
I remember the keychain Pokemon.
Yeah, I remember the one
There's
that
got to be a
like,
Lucario and a Greninja. You got to have like the popular with the kids ones.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I
I
can
know
find
that Pokemon card. That's worth $300.
Well, in the meantime, Chris, what have you been up to?
So I have beaten 2 games in the last week. So the first one is I actually rolled credits on Pokemon Leaf Green. I hadn't
Nice.
planned on going so quickly through it, but the Pokemon fucking drug got me. Holy crap. I was playing like an hour here and there and purposely being like, okay, that was fun. Like trying to let that just like, you know, be a part of me for a while. And then all of a sudden one night I'm like, nope, I'm going to play like 9 hours straight. So yeah, I ended up beating it. But holy fuck, I love that game. Like, it is so good. And I know it's missing some of the quality of life stuff of the newer games, but honestly, I preferred it this way. It was great. The only thing that I will admit is still missing is any kind of online, like to be able to trade online and stuff in this day and age, like Kaylan, you and I being able to just trade by having our own friend codes or something. Like that should happen. Like I fully agree with
agreed.
that. But Everything else, I'm good with it as is. Like, I was able to go through the game. I beat the Elite Four, beat the champion. I was able to get a Zapdos, an Articuno, and a Moltres. I got all three legendary birds, which was so exciting. I posted into our Discord, so make sure you join our Discord to get such riveting content, such as the screenshot as when I got the Zapdos. You got to make sure you be in our Discord for that, because that was a pain in the ass. Holy crap, trying to get that thing. Like, I somehow got it down to 1 HP, threw a bunch of Ultra Balls, like 30 of them, and finally one just took. And I was like, yep, that's what this did to me back in the day. Holy crap. Yeah, I finished the game with a little over 75 Pokemon. I have a bunch I didn't evolve yet, because I basically had my 6 that I wanted and stuck with them the whole game. God, it's just so nostalgic. Like, it's so perfect. Like, it's not like perfect by any means, but it's just such a perfect experience when you play those older Pokemon games. They were just built different, you know? Oh, I loved it. Yeah, so I finished Leaf Green, and another game I played and beat, which I'd never played before, and I'm kind of going through and playing old PS4 games and stuff that I never got to. I bought and played very quickly, what is it called? Resogun? Resogun?
Yeah, Resogun.
Resogun.
Resogun. Never had played that before in my life. Did not know what it was. I only found it because I went into the PlayStation app on my phone and I was looking at PlayStation Studios because I was like, I wonder what exclusives they had back on the PS4 that I still don't know about. Sure enough, I'm like, what is this? It looks delightful. It was like $10 or whatever the heck that game is. But that was actually a lot of fun. Like, it was just your pretty typical arcade left and right shooter. I played on like one of the easier difficulties. I did not play on a difficulty. I just didn't want to. This is not what I was looking for. I had no idea what was going on at the beginning. This is definitely a game that I would have played back in the day with an instruction manual that would have told me what to do. Because it was like, oh, a human needs your help. Oh, a human's dead. I'm like, what human? What are you talking about? Like, I have no idea. So I guess there's humans in these like boxes in the back, and you want to collect them and bring them up to these green, I don't know, pillars to just have them teleport out because you're saving humanity somehow. But it doesn't give you the way to get them out. Like, it was like, oh, this human, and it was flashing. I'm like, all right, jump out of the box. I'll pick you up. Like, what do I do? And it turns out it's because there was something called like a keeper, and an enemy will have a green circle around it. And it's kind of like they're the guard for that human. Kill them, and the human will jump out of the box, and then you can collect them. As the game went on, though, it was like, it wasn't just one enemy covered in green. It would be like 10 of them, and they'd be somewhere around this circular map. And I was struggling to like find them, kill them, and then get back to the human before they died. It was actually pretty intense. Not a very long game if you do the arcade mode. I beat it in 2-3 hours. Like, it was a purchase for $10, play it for 3 hours, and technically beat the game kind of game for me. I could see myself going back to play some of the stuff, but the only other thing that I would say about this that I was a little disappointed in is I went to go do one of the other modes on the main menu. It was like a survival mode, just like, let's see how long you can live. And unfortunately, it was paid DLC. So it's like just on the main menu, and it all looks like options in the game. And then you go to click on it, and it's like, oh, you need to buy this. And it was like another $7 for that one mode in the game. And then I saw there was another mode, and every single one was like a $7 DLC. So I was like, huh, that is not my favorite. So besides, though, the DLC for the extra modes I would have loved to play, because, again, the arcade you can beat in like 2 hours. I thought this game was actually a lot of fun, especially for the price point. Like,
do you know the story of this game?
No, got no idea.
This was a launch game for the PS4, and it's made by Housemarque, the same guys who make like Returnal and stuff.
Yep.
Oh shit.
Yeah, they've got Soros coming out in April, but like this was a huge like launch title, and like the whole thing was like, look at all the voxels we can put on a PlayStation 4, like the voxels. Yeah, it was like a huge thing that they were talking about as like a massive tech demo for what the PS4 was capable of.
It definitely felt like a tech demo.
It was
like
this and knack.
Yeah, like, because some of the enemies, like, you destroy them, and it was just like how many little boxes could appear, and then even more boxes would appear as you destroyed those. And I was like, this is some sort of a tech demo-y kind of game. I definitely got that vibe.
Yeah.
But at least it was fun. Like, I did genuinely enjoy my time with it. I think it's simple, but it's pretty. The music is pretty kick-ass. The price is cheap if you don't worry about the DLC stuff. Yeah, I actually enjoyed my time with it. I would definitely rate it positively. Giving it a score is pretty tough because it is an older game and very cheap and short and stuff like that. But I mean, I'd give it like somewhere between a 4 and a 5 out of 6. Like if you're into that style of game, especially for like $10, 100%.
Nice.
Cool.
But yeah, that's me playing a game for launch title for the PS4. That's how far back I'm going.
That's
not
like,
having
what,
a PS4.
2014?
It was 2013 according to the menu.
Look, he's slowly catching up to the real world again.
Slowly. Hey, I didn't have a PS4. I just got the PS5 and I'm slowly going backwards.
I mean, yeah, Order 1886 and now Resogun, and he really is playing
like
launch.
I'm going way back.
I like how we've become a retro podcast. Like, I'm playing Mass Effect. Like, we're not playing anything, like...
Well, okay, then I guess I got to take the role of the guy who's actually playing games that came out, I don't know, in the last couple of months.
All right, do it.
All right, so I'm playing two things right now. I kind of switch between them because neither of them are like games that I would play for extensive periods of time. The first one, I don't know if I call it a Soulsborne, but does have sort of that, like, if you put the difficulty up high enough, it probably would have a bit of that. But like the boss fights kind of feel similar to it, where it's just a lot of like recognizing pattern waves and stuff. But it's called Homurahime, which is sort of like I don't think it's right calling it a Soulsborne because it's not that hard, and a lot of it is just the boss fights. I think like kind of have a little bit of that in them, just being like high health bar, a lot of patterns you got to learn and not die on. Otherwise, like most of the gameplay is like your typical hack and slash kind of gameplay. It handles really, really nicely. I know if you're a person who's not like wanting to go deep into like overly cute anime stuff, this won't really help you anymore.
You can just say my name. I know you're talking to me.
Okay, so if you're Kaylan, you probably won't get too into this because you have a sidekick, and she is the highest squeaky pitched anime girl you've ever seen.
Yes.
So, good luck with that. But, like, the combat's pretty sick. Like, you get a pretty decent number of combos to start with. You can buy more from the storefront they have right and early, so you can have a lot of different combinations throughout fighting. I do think it's a nice stretch of there's a little bit of platforming here and there. There's a little bit of combat in between. So, like, they do find a good balance of, like, it's not, too much dead space and whatever else. The story so far, I've only gotten through, like, I'm just almost done the second dungeon they put us in. And, like, for the most part, like, it's nothing to write home about, although I feel like the story is going out the way to be like, hey, look at this really sad story. You have to kill these people. And I go, what? No, I don't want... Oh. So it's been kind of doing that where it's like, I am getting slightly invested in the characters that they're bringing up. But, like, generally speaking, it's more of a case of, like, I'm just here for a bit of a, like, nice, good hack and slash combat. For an indie game, at least I assume it's an indie game because I don't know. Actually, let me go see who this is from and see if I can get an answer on that. So, on Steam, it is by Crimson Dusk. What have they been doing? Okay. Oh, so they were part of the team that released Valhalla, the cyberpunk bartender game. Okay, so they've done some stuff. So I would say it's like somewhere in that like indie AA range. But yeah, like for what it is, like it's pretty decent so far. As I get deeper into it, I'll have a better sense of things, now that I go through the loop a couple more times, like are the attack types getting interesting, or the enemy types starting to bring some more interesting stuff in there, like how that works out. But like as it stands after, 2-3-ish hours, like I'm having a pretty decent time with it. And the first boss fight was a bitch. I barely made it out with my life. I don't know how I survived the first try, but I survived. Now I just hope that the second one doesn't kick my ass that time, because there's a few patterns where I'm like, that's bullshit, and the game's like, we know, dodge it though. As like a lot of those games like to do.
They do.
The other one I've been playing, and I was looking forward to this. I can't remember which stream we saw this on at some point, Chris. But do you remember the game Lost and Found Company?
Oh, yes.
So this one is definitely in the camp of, I will play you any chance I get, but it will not be for long because you frustrate me. Because it's basically a hide-and-seek game, or a scavenger hunt kind of game. It is
yes.
the cutest fucking thing, but my god, does it fuck with you.
I like how there's a nondescript clown and a nondescript royalty at a burger place.
Yep.
Yeah.
Also,
I don't know what they
the
could represent.
He-Man sort of on the left side, too.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, it's basically just a game about you having to find shit. Because if you don't, some greedy corporation is going to take over your shrine and put a giant statue of himself in it instead. But essentially, you go and either do small missions. Kaylan, look at the art style. Do you think there's an actual intended story in this? Don't be that judgmental. But basically, like, you'll either have like the main story. I haven't gone deep into that because, of course, it does what is easy to trap me. It's, hey, here's also some side ones you can do if you want to, and they're a little bit harder. I'm like, well, I clearly have to do those first. I can't actually go the story route first. Like, come on now, what do you think I am? And they're fucking hard. There's one that's like, hey, here's a flower shop. Go find the flowers. These specific flowers. Here's this blue one. It has one less petal than all the other blue flowers on the map. See if you can find it. Also, we didn't tell you this. You actually have to click an object to make it come out of frame so you can actually see it properly. Like, thanks, game. They do have a hint that says, oh, you will have to click something to show it. I'm like, that's great, guys. I wish I knew which thing I had to click on. And then it'll give you a hint that'll be like, hey, it'll be like this vague hint, be like, oh, you should probably take a swing at something. I'm like, that can mean a lot of things, guys. And then eventually I find it after like 15 minutes of frustration. But I still like it because it's super fucking adorable, and I'm always a sucker for like Where's Waldo scavenger hunt games.
Yeah, I love these kind of games. I'm not going to lie. This reminds me of one Hidden Folks that I've played a couple times. And that one's harder because it's all in black and white. So it's like, oh god.
I was gonna say there was one that the Coffee Talk devs made, or it was not the publisher. They actually made like a very small like one that can take you an hour to do. That was like an anniversary of a lot of their games because I guess they had like I can't remember if it was like a 5-year anniversary for the company or something. And they did a similar thing too. And by the time I was about 90% the way done, I'm like, I don't know where these other couple ones are, man. Help me. And I try to do that with this too, where you can easily find most of the ones, like you can see that at the bottom of the screen, if you're watching the video version, there's like, okay, these are the items you need to get, and they will give you hints. But at the top left of the screen, you'll see there's a thing that says 7 on it. Those are side missions within the mission. They don't tell you the hints for those. So, for example, one of them is like, go find all the dirty plates in this. And I spent forever trying to find the last fucking plate. Turns out you have to grab one of the carts, click on it so it comes into frame, and wouldn't you know it, there it is. And I'd be like, I hate you. I hate you. Now you don't have to do it because it's a side mission. It doesn't matter. But we are all those kind of people that are going to look at those and be like, but I'm so close to finishing the whole thing. I have to find it. What's
with the angry axolotl in the bottom right-hand corner?
That's your goddess that you're trying to save from her shrine being taken away because another fox spirit played a trick on her and transformed her into this little cute axolotl because she thought it was funny.
It is.
And then I went, I think axolotls are awesome anyway, so cool, good job. Because you're also the person on the bottom left who's wearing the duck hat. They're actually a duck that the goddess turned into a human to help her.
Sure. Why not?
Just throw that
in
right at the end.
The art style should tell you right away. This is not something that's going to be normal, okay?
I just like how like it doesn't need to be weird. Like it could just be like, hey, here's a game. Like go find some.
But it has to be weird.
Then it's got like no, like let's just go crazy on.
It's not indie if it's not weird.
I'm not gonna lie, I really want to play this.
Yeah, it's actually a really fun game. I can't play it for long stretches because the actual story missions that I've gotten to do so far, they're fine. They're fucking fine. No problem. But then I play one of the side missions and I spend 10 minutes looking for one object and I go, I got it. Fuck this game. I'm done. I'll come back to it later.
This is a game that needs to be on the Switch.
Yeah, this should be.
I assume it is.
I mean, I feel like it is, but like
check.
Yeah.
It is. It looks like it might just be on PC right now.
Oh, interesting. Could just be very early in its release. Sometimes there's a bit of a delay for
I'll go
consoles.
check the actual site. Come on,
It's all
help
good.
me out here.
It's all good.
Yeah, it's just showing for Steam, so I think it might just be PC right now. This would be a game I'd be stunned if it doesn't come to any.
This is what you need your
100%.
5080 Ti's for, just to run this.
I was thinking Steam Deck, but yeah, same thing.
I mean, it is. Well, I don't know if I want to play this on a handheld, given how much I stare intensely at the screen for this.
This is what the AI, chatbots want to take away from us.
But yeah, I really like this game a lot. It's fucking super adorable.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's
I'm not
this is definitely a game that if I finish it, and I'm very happy with it still, this is definitely a console and chill award nominee
Nice.
potentially.
Yeah,
for this year.
100%. Yeah.
100%. All right, well, we've had enough fun talking about games we like. Let's talk about the games that you guys like.
Let's
Yeah,
get
you.
negative. Let's get negative.
So, I'm going to throw the free space off of the board. We're not counting battle royales because we know everyone hates those.
No, well,
I like it.
give me a second here.
And then
Kaylan's
I'll
takes
also
a
say
deep
this
breath
too.
in and
I
just,
thought about putting Elden Ring and all them on my space, and then I realized I don't actually have a problem with Soulsborne games. I just don't want to play them because they hurt me. They hurt my feelings. I don't actually hate them.
Yeah, there's certain genres I had written down. I'm like, it's not that those are bad games and I hate them. They're just not for me. That's not the same. I don't think they're bad.
Actually, no, I don't think so. I don't think I could ever hate Soulsborne games. They just hate me. So that's the problem.
Yeah.
So, I don't know how we want to do this. You know what? I'll just break the ice. I'll go with one of the more off-the-ball ones because I know some people will know some of the ones I'm gonna say anyway. So I'll throw one of the more unexpected ones. I really don't like the old NES and Super Nintendo Mega Man games.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow. Mega Man X?
If we're not talking Mega Man Soccer, I'm not interested.
What?
There's we were going one way and then
I'm coming out of the gate. I'm coming out of the gate, boys.
Mega Man.
I like how there's
Jeez.
there's one asterisk and it's Mega Man Soccer.
Because it's the best.
That's the redeeming thing that they've got from the NES and
Remember, I said NES and Super Nintendo because people are like, but you like Mega Man Legends. I said NES and SNES.
But Mega Man X and stuff?
Nope.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I think
I
it's
can
partially
see the
for
originals, but
it's partially for two reasons. One, I really do struggle with those games as a whole, and two, I don't like that. The game's like, well, I mean, you could try to go and do it in whatever order you want, and then everybody else goes, yeah, but this is actually the order that you need to play it through it to be the most efficient. And I'm like, so in other words, there's actually not a really good freedom for it because there are weaknesses for certain enemies. Cool.
But that's what makes this so cool.
Yeah.
No,
I don't.
oh, God.
Why do I have to fight Metal Man first, Chris? Why? What if I
don't
want to save him
have
for
to.
last?
Watch speedrunners. Some of them don't ever even use any of the power-ups. They just use the P cannon or whatever it's called.
Yeah. Have you noticed how I'm not that good at anything?
They are hard as shit. I will give you that. Me and my friends spent an entire weekend writing down Mega Man 2 codes on his NES so that we could finally beat it. And then we did. And I'm pretty sure I slept for 3 straight days.
I remember
it was just...
trying at a friend's house to play the original one with Game Genie with unlimited lives and still struggling.
Yeah.
Actually,
Yeah.
It's ironic. I showed my son Mega Man for the first time. We were playing on a retro console, and we had the NES, and it was Mega Man 2, and he's like, "What is this game?" And I'm like, "This is Mega Man." And he was tangent, so thrown off by the rectangular controls. He's like, "How is this comfortable?" I'm like, "It wasn't."
It wasn't.
It's like, wait till you see the N64 controller.
This is before we lost the third arm.
Yeah, this was before we realized our hands can fall asleep.
Yeah. Sorry, that was a side tangent.
This
but yes.
this is when we actually, were pushed out of the house and told to touch grass before we had to actually make a joke out of it.
It was the 90s. Ergonomics were not a thing.
No.
No, we were still throwing lawn darts at each other.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, there. I'm coming out of the gate swinging. You guys have fun.
What the hell? I thought I might have a hot take. None of them will compare to this. None of them.
All right.
Kaylan, I think I'm
who
too
wants
traumatized.
to try to top
You
it?
go.
I'll go. I've said it before. I'll say it again. Tears of the Kingdom, Legend of Zelda, is vastly overrated. And
On my list.
And gets carried solely by the name of Legend of Zelda. This game is where do I start?
Who made the decision for breakable weapons?
Yeah, breakable weapons
Yeah,
suck.
I hate that. As a fan of this game, I hate that.
The Master Sword breaks. Like, what the hell? I mean, it comes back.
More like Aster Sword, am I right?
Yeah, so, like, breakable weapons, there's only, like, 3 enemies in the whole game. Like, that's all there is. The powers kind of suck. Like, you know, there's not much to do. There's only, like, 4 proper dungeons and then a bunch of, like, side crap that really doesn't do anything for you. Go find 1,000 Korok poops for no particular reason.
Oh, that's my favorite one.
It doesn't look graphically amazing. There's very little story. And, like, the world is empty. Like, there's not much to it. Like, if any other game came out like this, it would get raked over the coals and forgotten. And, in fact, it has. I have proofs. Phoenix Rising was made by
I was about to
Ubisoft,
say,
and
I know exactly what game you're talking about.
It's exactly a copy of Legend of Zelda, and nobody talks about it. You know why? Because it's not made by Nintendo, and it doesn't have Legend of Zelda.
Well, I mean,
It's the same
Genshin
game.
Impact also exists, but that's because, again, weebs.
I'm just saying, game is carried solely by its name. It is not a good game.
Wow.
I'm taking no further questions.
I can't believe Kaylan and I are sitting there being like, oh my god, are we best friends?
We've always been best friends, buddy.
Well,
I
I'm
love you
sitting
despite
here
your
like,
poor
what the
taste.
fuck is wrong with both
Now
of
I'm just
you?
sitting there being like, Kaylan, do
Chris
you
is
want to
like,
go do
who the hell
karate
am I podcasting
moves in the
with?
garage?
Hell yeah. Chris is like, who the hell have I signed a podcast with?
God, yeah. No, I will admit, while I do disagree with you, Kaylan, I can see where you're coming from. Adam, I don't know what the fuck's wrong with you. The Mega Man thing is way out there. It's confusing as hell. Tears of the Kingdom, I can at least understand.
Look,
I agree with it,
we're
but I see where
we're
you're
not
coming
doing an
from.
overrated thing yet because then I can turn around and also go, speaking of Zelda, Ocarina of Time is not that great.
All right.
I will. So here's my thing with Ocarina of Time. Ocarina of Time is the inferior version to A Link to the Past. It's the same game, just one's 3D,
Oh,
one's
for
2D,
sure. It
and
is,
Link to the Past is far superior.
Yeah. That's when Nintendo started just repeating the stories and stuff in the Zelda games. They're like,
I mean,
And
like,
then,
the
I
same
don't-
thing happens.
and then when Tears of the Kingdom came up, Nintendo's like, wait, we don't even have a fucking story in this game.
it's like, look, we know what you're here for. You're here to waste 100 hours of your time and just make a shit ton of porn art, once you're done.
now go find
That's what we're here for now.
Okay, well,
But
I
don't
only
you
spent 70
dare try
hours
to
and
make
I
some
enjoyed
sort
it.
of fan project with it that has anything related to do with a video game because we are going to get our lawyers out for that.
Yeah, no, that is true. Nintendo.
I'm curious to know what Chris has his on list. It's gonna be like, I put High Guard on my list.
Oh no, I'm gonna fucking go out the gate now. Like I had
Let's
one
see.
slightly more down. I'm like, I think this might be my hot take. Not for the two of you though. More for every listener that's gonna stab me through the screen.
Are you gonna piss off Silk Song fans again?
All right, so
'Cause that
Hollow
really
Knight's
helped
coming
with the
back.
engagement.
No, I actually didn't put Hollow Knight on this list because I already ranted about that, and I'm not doing it again. We already received comments on that short.
But yeah, I mean, with Zelda's a weird one for me though because like I'm gonna put my cards on the table here. I've only ever finished 2 Zelda games my entire time. One of them was Ocarina of Time. One of them was Link to the Past. So like, Zelda's just been a weird one that I've not been able to stick with for long periods of time because like I've tried most of them. Like Twilight Princess couldn't stick with. Majora's Mask couldn't stick with. Skyward Sword, well, that's a pile of shit and we all know it was.
Oh no! Oh god, it's happening again.
Wind Waker
Chris
couldn't
is
get all the
getting
way
aneurysm by the
into,
end
but
of
then
this
again, that was only playing the GameCube version, and the boat took fucking 17 years to go across 2 kilometers. So, and then Breath of the Wild, I genuinely tried to like, and after 5 hours, I went, I could be playing anything else, and within 5 hours, I could either be done that game or have had something to say about it.
Yeah. For me, Legend of Zelda is good as a 2D game. I play 2D games. I'm not into 3D games.
I do prefer the 2D Zelda games by far. By far.
Yeah, I'm way more understanding of why the Echoes of Wisdom game was getting a lot more fanfare than I did with
so
with Breath of the Wild,
it's
Tears
so
of the
good.
Kingdom. Every time I look at him getting Game of the Year nominees, I go, for what?
It's a true classic, like Mega Man 2.
Phoenix.
I didn't say it was bad. I just say I hated Mega Man 2.
Phoenix Rising's just sitting there in the wings, being like, "What the fuck?"
That's the difference. I think Mega Man, those games are actually great. I just don't like them.
Eve
I think
Killmon's
Breath
like,
of the
"This
Wild and
isn't
Tears of the
fair."
Kingdom is actually bad.
You guys, man, I am not going to be okay tonight.
All right, well, let's start fighting. Let's go.
All right. I get. Do you want to hear my
Go.
hot take, I guess. I don't think I'm going to upset either of you in the slightest.
Chris
I don't
the
even know if you
Fencer, we're
guys
not
played this.
expecting much.
For me, as a PC guy, it almost feels gross of me to say this. I think the Half-Life games are overrated. Like Half-Life 1 and 2 and everything. Like the start of Steam, the start of everything that PC people are like, oh my god, Half-Life 3 needs to happen and everything like that. I'm not a big Half-Life fan, and I've tried. I've tried a lot, and I just can't get into them. I don't get it. And I think other Valve games like Portal, fantastic, especially Portal 2. Left 4 Dead, obviously, incredible. But Half-Life? Don't get it.
I never played
played
the OG,
Half-Life.
so I don't have an opinion on that. Half-Life 2, I enjoyed, but I couldn't tell you much that I remember from it, other than being scared to shit at that level with all the zombies and head crabs.
When did you guys play Half-Life?
Me much
I played
later.
it during when the Orange Box got released.
Okay. Because that's when I played Half-Life 2 as well. Because I think, Chris, if you played it much later, like, yeah, you wouldn't get the appreciation for it. But I think what it does is, like, and it could be argued it's a game that just hasn't aged well in terms of, like, mechanics-wise. But at the time, like, the physics puzzles and, like, being able to, like, lift things and drop things and move things, like, it was really impressive at the time. And I think so, like, when you go back now, you're like, oh, this is kind of, like, underwhelming. Back then, it was like, holy crap, I can move a box and put it here. Or, like, I could, like, launch a, like, telephone pole through, like, an enemy. Like, that was really groundbreaking at the time.
It sounds like you're describing the mechanic from Tears of the Kingdom. And
So you agree then? You agree then? Tears of the Kingdom hasn't aged well either, and that's a much newer game.
no, it's just, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what it is. It's just like, it's not the mechanics. I get it's an older game and stuff, and all of that. It's more just, I don't know why this is the game that everybody was like, oh my god, it's insane. Like, there's these head crabs.
Oh, I mean,
and
I could
there's
hot
this-
take it and say, like, what if Half-Life 3 ever happens, guys? It's not going to be good for what you're expecting it to be.
I don't think so either.
Like-
yeah.
I think the hype will be insane, but like when it actually comes out, people will be like,
Yeah, because I played, like, Half-Life 1 and 2, I played probably 13 years ago. I think it was around then. And, yeah, I was playing, I'm like, I don't get it. Like, this is not hitting me. And then I played, like, Portal 1, which was, Portal 1's, like, almost like a demo.
Portal 1 is amazing.
But like, there's just something about the characters or the concept that I loved so much more, where the whole, like, oh, there's the G-Man and he's looking at the very average accountant with a fucking crowbar walking around, like, I don't know. I was like, I feel like maybe it's just nerds could see this, where they're that nerd walking around saving the day, I guess, with a crowbar. I don't know. Like, I just feel like every other Valve game is so much better, and it's not the ones that people are like, we need Portal 3. Where's Portal 3? Like, I don't want Half-Life 3. I want Portal 3. That's the game I would go crazy for. I would lose my mind. That would be like a Xenogears remaster kind of moment for me, you know? So, yeah, I just don't get it. Though I will admit, I do want to try out that VR Half-Life game, because
Yeah,
that
absolutely.
does look kind of cool. But that's just like the VR tech. It looks leagues above all other VR
I was
games.
thinking at the time, like they actually did their voice acting really well in that. Like I do look at that very positively.
Oh, I could see that, yeah.
So like I think they did good for the time. I think it's just again one of those games that like it's all the legend now, and I think that just
Yeah.
kind of takes it away from being like what it actually was, which was just a really solid game at the time.
Yeah, I don't think it lives up to the legend. I don't care that there's these, like, aliens in a city and you gotta, like, walk around and hit them with a crowbar. Like, I don't know. I just don't want to. I've tried so many times to play this game. I played it like 6 months ago on my Steam Deck even more. And I get like an hour in and I'm like, God, I don't want to do this anymore. So I stop. I just, yeah.
See, I was going to segue perfectly into Legend of Zelda, but Kaylan already took the fire from me. So you know what? That takes that away. I'll go to my other like really like I think this might also not actually be that end because some people might actually agree with this in retrospect now, but like. When it first came out, I thought that it was dog shit. A couple of years later, when I replayed again to see if maybe I had a different opinion of it, I still thought it was dog shit. And here we are all these years later, and I still don't understand why anyone liked this game. GTA 4.
That is one I don't have an opinion much on because I don't think I ever owned it. It was
I
like
skipped
this
that
weird.
one.
Yeah, I just skipped it. There's
Like,
something about it that
For
just didn't...
for me, it's three things. One, it came from a system where stuff has not aged nearly as well as others. The main character and all the characters around him, like Nico and all his friends, I couldn't tell you an interesting thing about this game other than, hey cousin, let's go bowling. That's like the only thing I have. And honestly, that game controlled like ass. Like ass. I would rather go back and boot up a PS2 and play the driving mechanics of any GTA game than go back and play the dog shit like boat that you were driving at all times playing GTA 4. It was so bad. And like most of the GTA stories are like, there's not that much here, but there's like a moment here and there. I don't have a single moment from that game that I give a shit about. Like, I could name so many things from like 3, Vice City, San Andreas, even 5. I saw a lot of people actually was like researching stuff to kind of remind my memory that a lot of people were like, I don't think GTA 5 was that great. I don't think anything was memorable in that. I'm like, I'd say there was a few things, but okay. But like, that's just
GTA
difference of opinion there.
I even thought like when I rolled credits on the main story of that, I was like, damn, that was something.
But like 4 in a nutshell, like I look at and go, okay, so we were just all in agreement that anything with GTA on the cover at the time was going to be good, right? Like that's one of those games. It's why I'm like trying to keep myself ahead of the curve for GTA 6 when it potentially gets nothing but 9s and 10s, and I play the game and go, I mean, this is fine.
Yeah, but what if you can go bowling with your cousin?
Right.
What
if I don't want to go what if I want to just go bowling with like my besties? Who fuck my cousin? I don't give a shit.
Your bestie is your cousin. Follow the story.
Well, it is Kayla. It is Florida. There is a good chance I might have to fuck a cousin.
Yeah, there we go. We alienated a state.
Just entire state.
Let's wipe that one off of like where the fans
To
come
be
from.
fair, I should have just come in with my trans rights shirt and just been like, let's just get it over with now. But instead of you made it 46 minutes into the podcast, now all of a sudden he's like, that goddamn radical. No, it's fine. But yeah, that's probably like the last like crazy one that I got. So
yeah, I skipped that one. There was something about, I don't know if it was the characters or something. I think it may have been the characters. Like when I saw trailers and stuff for them, I was like, this isn't speaking to me for some reason.
I thought it was
kind
of an interesting story. Like you immigrate over to America and it's like telling that story. And within like a little bit, it's like, no, never mind. They don't actually know how to tell a story with this. So.
Yeah, which is a shame because like San Andreas, 3, Vice City, those were so good. So good. And 5. I thought 5 was so good, so it kind of sucks.
3 had a character that didn't talk and it had a better friggin' overall character design.
Yeah.
Anyways, Chris, you're up again.
Oh, me. Okay. So I guess this is going to be maybe a hot take. I don't know. It's hard to tell. There is a set of games that people were really excited to have come back, and they were very popular back in the day. And I have tried once again, both in the remakes and in the originals, to get into them, and I'm like, I don't get it. And that is every single fucking Tony Hawk game. What the hell? I don't get it. Why are these games? Why? I don't get it. They're hard. They're not fun. And it's like the music is cool. I get the music. If you're just like, oh, they got great soundtracks. But back then, I could just burn a CD of all those songs and go on about my day. You know what I mean?
I can kind of see where you're coming from. I would say I wish they would bring back Underground because those were the fucking best. Tony Hawk's Underground was great because it was almost like an episode of Viva La Bam just put into a skateboarding game, and it was great.
Tony Hawk's 1 and 2. That's where it's at. That's peak. It's peak right there.
I don't agree with you.
Coming down the ramp into the hangar. Oh, the hangar's classic. Schoolyard's classic.
I mean, as a kid, yeah, it probably was. Like I've gone back and replayed them when the remakes came out, and I'm like, yeah, this is fine, but I don't think I could play this forever now.
It's what it was doing at the time, though.
That's the thing, right? I think a large portion of that is just that skateboarding was the big thing at the time that those games came out. Whereas now it's like
I played them then.
It's like no one really cares that much about skateboarding as much anymore, unless you're watching. Have you guys ever heard of Kasso? Kasso?
No.
Look that up after the show. It's this. You know how like Japan had Takeshi's Castle, which became MXC.
Yeah.
They took a similar concept, like this big stage thing outside, and did this with skateboarding. And it's actually really fucking good.
Cool.
A lot of their episodes are just free on YouTube. It's really fucking fun to watch.
Nice.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
So, like, I think that made sense. But like at the time, like now, like anybody that cares about skateboarding, it's like, oh yeah, let me go watch the 14-year-old at the Olympics win gold. Like that's what skateboarding kind of is these days. So
Yeah.
it's not
No, like,
not what it used to be. That's for sure.
I love skateboarding. Not doing it, I suck at it, but I do enjoy seeing like real people, you know, Tony Hawk himself.
Yeah.
Do skateboarding. When I was in California 2 years ago, with my wife, we spent an entire hour at Venice Beach. There's an old school skate park, and there's just hundreds of people. We stood there for like over an hour just watching people do these different tricks and stuff like that. There was a huge crowd of people watching, but
yeah,
it's fantastic. I love it. But yeah, even when like on the original Xbox I had and everything, where I got Tony Hawk 1 and 2, I think both of them, I gave the games to my sister, who is fantastic at it, and she ended up loving the series because I was just handed her these games. But I just couldn't. I don't know what it was. Like, I loved the music, but the gameplay, I was like, oh, I guess this just isn't for me. And then
I think for a lot of people, it was kind of like their like gaming and chill stuff, where it's just, look, I'm just gonna put this on for an hour. I'm just gonna vibe for a bit, and if I suck, I suck.
Yeah, I never vibed. The
me,
vibe never hit.
It was me playing with my friends. Like, it was combo choosing and stuff with friends. So yeah, no, Chris, you're wrong. It's you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll go with that. No, it's fine. Yeah, no, they're just not.
Chris's opinions are so wrong this week, Kaylan, that we're actually taking him off the fence and shunning him on one side.
I know exactly now why he stays on the fence, and it's just because his opinions are bad.
God,
I agree with both of you because
I
don't want to actually say what
Tony
my
Hawk
true
sucks
opinion
and
is,
Zelda
and you
is
both
great.
bury me.
All right.
Oh
No,
my
I
God.
can't get into it.
I'll go next. Sticking with the idea of dunking on Rockstar, L.A. Noire. I don't get how this game gets so much love. This game is terrible.
I do.
Absolutely terrible.
It's good for until you get halfway through, and then it runs
It's
out
not
of
good
ideas.
from the beginning. It's not good
Nah,
from the beginning.
that's where you're a little bit off on.
You're
that.
just driving around in like this open world LA, but nothing happens. You're just
Well, okay. If you take away the open world, like if they just level gated it, I think it'd be way different too.
Sir,
but like,
I'm not done. This is just the tip of the
Okay.
iceberg here.
okay.
So, boring open world that is meaningless. They advertise like this whole, oh man, it's this amazing facial technology capture, and like you could totally.
Oh, I wish I had a strong opinion about this so I could join in, but I never played it.
At the time, it was.
No, it was it's like you could tell if someone's like lying and stuff, and it's bull crap. You can't see anything. It's just like the face just goes all scrunchy, like, and it's like, are they lying? I don't know. And you've got these stupid prompts. You're like, hey, I think you're lying. Like, you'd be like going through this thing, and like it does this typical thing where you don't see what the actual dialogue is that you're choosing. It's just like someone's gonna be like, hey, I wasn't there. Like, they'll be like, hey, I don't remember like what happened that night, and you've got an option. It's like doubt, and instead of just being like, are you sure this is what happened? Your character's just like, you fucking liar, you were totally there, and you're like, wow, that got confrontational
Because that's
really
the wrong
fast.
answer, Kaylan. That's the point.
No, but like it's like that's not what like. There's a wide gap there, and it doesn't have the right context. Like, it's a bad game. It's a bad game that
You're
like,
a bad game.
Yeah, well, I've heard that
So
before.
welcome to the last episode of the PixelPlay podcast.
LA
Like
Noire's terrible.
I genuinely wish, and I mean, obviously, you would never be able to have. Well, if you know the story about what happened with Team Bondi after all that, you'll never see those producers ever make a game ever in their life again. But like, I wish they would take another crack at it and then just actually like focus on just making a good detective game and not worrying so much, because they try to just like, oh, what if we just make a Grand Theft Auto game, but it's about being a detective? It's like, but you don't do anything in the open world otherwise. Like, there's no real side missions. Like, your side missions is there's a guy running away, go chase him, and you're like, all right, there's the 17th perp I've got to do this for. It's like, I think that they made a mistake by trying to just, because it had to be Rockstar, so it has to be open world, to go, no, it doesn't.
Yeah,
You can
I'm
just
with you.
go to maps.
I'm
No
with you.
driving in between. Just leave the station and go to the crime scene. And if you need to have a moment where you're chasing a car and driving, that's when you put them in the quote unquote open world. Kind of like what Mafia kind of does, where there's an open world, but you don't use it.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think I wish they would give LA Noire another chance, but just make it good this time.
Like I've always said, like, I wish that a series would do an open world game about you as a detective or a cop, like whatever you want to do within that, but that kind of vibe. Like you're working a block, and like the entire map is just like a small region of a city, not a full city, but I mean like
you want
to
Yakuza.
life size, where
You
it's
want
like
Yakuza.
a patch of like, I don't know, like 5 city blocks or something like that. Kind of like what Yakuza does, like Chris with Kamurocho, where it's just a small segment of a city, and it's just you are in like this is your rounds every day. Like it probably makes even more sense to be like, oh, you're just a cop, and this is the block that you work, and like that's what you do. And that's it. So that every place there means something. That everywhere you go, like every character you come across, you start to see more and more, and you actually have a name to them. Like that's what I'd like to see an open world game try, but instead it's what LA Noire is, which is, hey, here's this massive recreation of like 1940s LA. Hope you like nothing to do in it because there's fuck all. It's just a lot of houses.
Yeah.
You want Kamurocho Noir, is what you're saying.
Hell yeah. I mean, that's Judgment if we want to be honest.
Want that too. I'd
That's
want that
Judgment.
Too. Oh, right. That is Judgment. Another game I haven't played yet.
Kaylan would totally like Judgment. No, he wouldn't. He hates fucking Yakuza.
No, I feel like if he doesn't like NA Noir and Yakuza's not really his jam, I don't think Judgment's
I
gonna
tried
be the thing
Yakuza
that
once,
brings
and I'm like, no, this is not for me. I was like expecting this cool. Like,
I know, you're a
GTA
normie. You don't like weird things.
like Zelda.
Yakuza's not on my list, but it should be on my list.
That's not no, you don't even think people like it. You think that it's wrong. It doesn't apply.
Adam, what's your next game?
All right, fine. I'll throw the easy one out that you all know, The Last of Us.
I knew that was coming.
We knew it was coming.
It was coming.
I knew that was coming.
Look, I understand why people like it, but given what I hear everybody say about this game, like one of our friends, Chris, always says that game broke me, and I go, then don't why? I don't want to be broken playing a game. Like you and I have both played Until Then and A Space for the Unbound. Those games like break you to an extent, but like you come back from it pretty quick. The Last of Us is like, here's just a constant breaking for the entirety of this game. Have fun.
Did you
Until
finish?
then-
Did you finish it?
No, because the gameplay also sucks. I didn't get to that part yet.
What? I've been podcasting with you for 5 damn years.
I have
with
said
the
several
assumption-
times that I think
with
the gameplay
the assumption that you've played this game and finished it. And I was
No.
like, okay, cool. He beat the game.
I've said it
And doesn't
several
like it.
times. I
Oh,
quit
my
it
God.
because I can't stand the gameplay. It's fucking boring.
God, I'm just smiling. I just want to grab popcorn and watch Kaylan.
This entire episode is like, all right, we get mad at this guy, then the next guy goes, then we get mad at this guy, and then this guy goes, then we get mad at this guy.
The Last of Us is an amazing game. Like, you gotta remember, this came out like peak zombie, like, hype. Everything was zombies. And, like, I was not interested in this game when it first came out. Like, I was like, oh, man, it's another zombie game. Like, boring. Do not care. But this game subverts the expectation, and it, like, goes from being like, hey, zombies are here, to like, hey, here's a real possible, like, thing with cordyceps and how it could have come. They're kind of like zombies, but they're not zombies, but they are zombies. And then, like, hey, guess what? The zombies aren't the worst thing in this world. The true monsters in this post-apocalyptic world are the humans.
I would have loved to have got to that story, but it's a shame that anytime I was playing the game that it's just like, hey, here's this really crappy Resident Evil 4 level aiming system that you can't do anything with. And then it's just like, wow, I'm having such a great time. Also, I love the fact that you were trying to be like, hey, Adam, you really should get into this, like, how dark and depressing and, like, Joel's, like, motivations and stuff, because here's his daughter dying at the beginning of this game, and I'm like, that's cool. I met her for 2 minutes. Who the fuck cares?
No, you don't even, no, like, you don't have to do that. Like, I mean, sure, like, as a dad now, it kind of hits different, but, like, yeah,
Like,
you don't really
here's
know
the problem. The Last of Us, as a guy who watches anime over and over, I have become so detached from like people having either siblings or parents dead before the story even starts. And I'm like, I don't give a shit. That doesn't make me care about this character.
But it's not about, like, Sarah being killed. Like, that doesn't matter.
No, but then they try to, like, here's Ellie, and I'm like, okay, that's cool. They're having an okay relationship, and then I'm like, all right, but, like, this game sucks. I can't stand this gameplay. I can't get past it.
It's about them healing. They're both healing. He's closed himself off because he doesn't want to, like, lose again, and Ellie's never let anyone in, and they're both like discovering how to do that. It is
That sounds
amazing.
great. I would have loved to have like gotten to know that story in deep detail, but instead the game's like, hey, we're gonna have this really boring stealth third-person action game.
Dude, it's amazing because like it captures this idea of like, hey, you're playing a post-apocalyptic game, and like ammo's not infinite. Like you got to be strategic of when you use your shots, right? Like it is amazing. Oh my god.
Yeah, the ammo being like really restricted. I love that concept because it's a lot like Tears of the Kingdom, where the weapons break very easily.
That's why I really like it. Really unlike it too.
I'm
Another
just
dumb
throwing
idea for
shit in
combat.
at this point. I
mean, the voice acting is so like,
I'm not denying that.
yeah, like everything about this game is perfect. This game is
Look,
the
I'm
greatest
sorry.
game of all
I'm
time.
sorry that you guys are all upset that I took a golf club to your favorite game.
I think this is hilarious. I am not hurt yet at all. I can walk away from this thinking like, yeah, that was a great day. I had a great day today.
Oh my god.
Oh, this is fun.
Oh my god.
This is fun.
I need like a Tylenol or something after this.
You're fine. Walk it off.
Chris, what do you got?
So I don't think I'm going to upset anybody with this one. Not either of you at least, unless you really love this game series and I have no idea. But I have never understood the concept of anyone liking the Devil May Cry games.
How dare no?
Like, I can get like the aesthetic where it's like, oh yeah, but Dante's kind of cool and stuff, and I get that. Like, if this was an anime, which I'm pretty sure they made a Devil May Cry anime,
It's fine.
it's fine. It's just fine.
It's
Great.
fine.
So I'm not even going to like that. Yeah, there's something about the games because I've had friends that praised this series. Like, oh, you have to play it. And they would like lend me the games and I didn't play them. I played for like an hour and I'm like, I don't know how to give this game to my friend back because if I do it now, he's going to know I just didn't play it. So I like held on to it for a week being like, oh yeah, it was great. And then gave it back. I do not like any of the Devil May Cry games. I don't find it fun. I don't know.
I tried playing the first one, and I didn't get... Well, they're notoriously difficult games, too, which is also another strike for me.
Yeah.
But, like, I think I like it more from, like, seeing the clips that people bring up of, like, the part... I think it's at the beginning of Devil May Cry 2 where, like, Dante's naked and trying to get himself dressed, and there's a slice of pizza blocking his crotch and stuff like that. Like, I like the wackiness of it, and I think that's really cool. But, like, it's another one of those things that, like, the gameplay loop just wasn't interesting to me there either, so...
Yeah, I think for me it's the game.
See, Kaylan, it isn't just dark and depressing games that I don't like because of the gameplay.
Kaylan's not okay. We're still
You're in
waiting.
timeout. I'm not talking to you.
I'm the one that hosts the studio. There's no timeout for me. I can say whatever the hell I want.
It's up here.
I'm going to spend the
will
rest of
say-
every time you guys say it, I'm going to find some way to come back and be like, see, Kaylan, that's another reason why I don't like the last one.
No, I'm going to throw in Tears of the Kingdom every time. I'm going to somehow. Yeah, I will say with the Devil May Cry ones though, I don't necessarily think they are bad games, but I don't get the hype, and they are definitely not for me. So they could be good games, and they're just like far out of like what I enjoy for a gameplay loop. I haven't gotten far enough into them, but yeah, anytime I have tried, it's like, no, I don't get it.
How many games do you guys have left on your list?
I got one.
2. I got 2.
Okay, I got 3 left. I'm gonna piss off Chris right now.
Come on.
Sonic kind of sucks.
Okay, what the fuck?
I mean, I'm sorry, he does. Like,
Wait, new Sonic or old Sonic?
Okay.
Oh, you're about to say
Here's the
both.
problem, Kaylan.
Yes.
You saying Sonic sucks, we're like, we half agree with you.
Yeah, like since a certain point, I agree with you. But if you're starting on sucks, what?
I'm not
What are you doing?
saying sucks, but I'm just saying definitely overhyped. Like, it's not good. Like, the level design is kind of meh. Like,
Miraculous? Miraculous? I think
Yeah.
you mean the word miraculous?
I mean, I'll flip this around. Sonic 2 and 3 better than the OG Mario.
no.
Oh, now,
No.
oh god.
No. The thing is, like, the game, like, yeah, it's fast, but, like, it goes too fast that, like, you, half the time, like, don't even know where you're going, and you just end up
Kaylan,
running
did you
into,
just play this yesterday? Because as a kid, this was not a problem for us.
I'm just saying, yeah, like, if you play Mario, like, Mario is a lot better designed and a lot better gameplay than Sonic ever was. And
You're just mad that you drowned and you didn't like the music and it gave you nightmares as a kid, and now you hate the game.
No, it's not it. it's my parents who can only afford one console, and I was on SNES. But
There it is.
no,
His
Sonic-
uncle worked at Nintendo.
Yeah, my uncle worked with all your uncles. No, like it never, like it was cool and it was edgy, but like it was never amazing. Like Sonic was cool. That's what Sonic was. It was never good. It was never better. It was always just cool. But like I've never gone to a Sonic game and played and been like, man, that was so much fun. Like it is just a chore to kind of get through compared to the gameplay. And
See,
level
if we
design of
played
Mario.
Sonic Racing together and you would play as Sonic in a car, you would understand how much
I'm
fun
not
it
even
is.
talking about why he has a car. Like I'm willing to let that die, but just like Sonic kind of started at mid and has just gone down from there.
God, whoa, my heart. Hang on. I have to restart it. Jesus Christ. You know what it is? It's because you didn't have blast processing in your console. That's why. We had blast processing, and that's why Sonic could like get almost ahead of the screen. He knew where he was going. We were just along for the journey.
It reminds me, Chris. I think it was the year before we had a local convention that we went together with one time. I think the year prior to that, Chris, there was a band that was there called the Blast Processors.
Oh, that's fantastic. See,
Look
Kaylan,
them up
it's
on
cool.
Spotify because I know
All-
they're there.
all
But the
I'm
lead
saying-
guitarist had a guitar where the body was using an old Sega Genesis.
That's amazing.
I'm just saying Sega does what Nintendo don't, and that's make bad games.
Oh, whoa. Whoa, to turn that around on me. Like, I went to go see Dragon Force, who had that crazy song from Guitar Hero 3. Was it 3? I think it was 3.
Yep.
Yeah, two maybe.
And
No, it's 3.
for their intermission, one of the guys came out with a Sega Genesis, like, Sonic guitar, and he just, with Dragon Force styles of crazy guitarness, did the first level of Sonic the Hedgehog, just because everybody loves it, including Dragon Force, Kaylan. So if Dragon Force loves it, maybe you should too.
I was gonna say I'll push back on one other thing too. Sonic music better than Mario music.
I agree.
No.
Oh, this is...
2 to
this
1,
is an
Kaylan. You
intense
lose.
episode.
Sorry.
Sorry,
This
yeah,
is an
you're-
intense
that's
episode.
that's democracy. That's how democracy works.
Yep. That is exactly how democracy works.
The votes are in. Sorry, votes don't count because I'm right.
Kayla now, next episode. Stop the steal.
All right, cool. Now that we're
Chris,
traumatized.
me and you still have two left, so why don't you go next, and I'll put another one out.
All right. I've got one that might upset people. I don't think either of you,
That's the point
but
of this episode.
yeah, apparently.
You keep saying that.
Yeah,
Because-
remember, Chris, I was pointing at them.
Yeah.
Like you, them.
Yeah, but we're just arguing with each other now. It's no longer about them.
Yeah, the
For-
actual title of the episode will be like games you love, but we hate. Also, we
last
hate
ep-
each other during the entirety of this podcast. We didn't know ahead of
This
time.
has to be
this
our
was
last episode.
Yeah, so Castlevania. Not Symphony of the Night. I love the actual Metroidvania Castlevanias. But if you go Castlevania 1, 2, or 3, or especially Super Castlevania 4 on the Super Nintendo, that everybody was like, this is like the greatest, best thing. I hate it. I don't like Super Castlevania 4. I don't understand. The whip flings around a lot, and it's just not that fun to me. I don't know.
I'm not in the hate range. I'm just more like when it comes to Metroidvanias, I feel like at this point in my mind, Metroid's done most of the heavy lifting on that. And I know some people will not take that very well, but like, I don't know, Castlevania, it lost its relevancy a long time ago.
I think
But
so,
like,
too.
I've also
yeah.
think that like, apart from people that were really into it on the NES days, I don't think it ever was really like the strongest anyway.
I think
I never played Castlevania.
No, yeah. I think their big thing was when they had Symphony of the Night on PS1 come out, and it was they took the normal side-scrolling because 1 through 4 was just like side-scrolling normal, horror platformer kind of thing, and then they had Symphony of the Night, and that's when they went the Metroidvania route with what the hell is his name? Well, either way. And that one was really good because all of a sudden it kind of evolved the genre. They were like, whatever, let's go Metroid. And it worked. It totally did work. People love Super Castlevania 4 on Super Nintendo because it's a remake of Castlevania 1. That's one of my issues with it. Like, you only made it 4 games in and you're restarting back at the beginning. Like, what the hell is going on? Like, I even just that kind of pissed me off. But the game itself, I was like, I mean, it's fine, but I don't get all the hype behind it. I don't understand why people loved it as like this crazy platformer when the Super Nintendo especially had so many other platformers I just thought were way better. And I guess maybe people just liked it because slight horror aspect and there wasn't as many of those, I guess.
Yeah, I definitely do, like, with PixelPlay AM, I really do want to take a stab at some games that I've never touched before. Symphony of the Night is definitely one of them that's on in my mind about it.
Yeah, that one's good. That one is good.
But like, I don't know, like, anytime I play the old school ones, like, and that includes any of the on the NES or the Super Nintendo, like, every time I play them, I'm like, these are fine, but, like, I don't feel like they're, like, game change. Like, again, I'm also playing these, like, well past when they were first released, so that's going to have a different set of eyes on it. But, like,
for sure.
those are some of those games that I play and go, like, yeah, they're fine, but, like, I don't look at these as, like, being legendary status.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, that's it. Nothing crazy. I don't think for that one. Adam, how many do you have? Just one?
I got one.
All right.
Because then, Kaylan, you said you had two, so you want to go, right?
Yeah. So one I've kind of talked about a little bit already. It's not going to come as a surprise, but I'm going to put the Metal Gear Solid series on there. As someone who's played through I've played through 4 of the 5 now. Actually, I played 5, but I just never got through it. But I'm going to put 5 because I feel like that's the one that kind of people put as a poster. I think like Metal Gear 1 would do better as like a remake or whatever. Like I could see the appeal there, but I'm going to put Metal Gear Solid 5. But the whole series in general, like, it is such a convoluted mess of who knows what the hell's going on. I mean, you've got some games where there's like half as long of cutscenes as there is gameplay. Like, the series is fine. It's good, like, fun, but it is a mess. It's got its head so far up its ass. Like, there's just a lot of problems with that game series. And so for me, like, I'm not saying it's terrible. I've come around to it a little bit more, but like, it's always like a slog of like, do I want to start an MGS game? And oftentimes the answer is no.
Yeah. I think that series is kind of living the Mortal Kombat life where the first game people really liked. It was new. It was kind of cool. Obviously does not age very well at all.
Yeah.
But it was still at least grounded enough, I think, the first one. And then I think the series definitely fell off from there a lot, but people still held on to it. Almost like the hope of getting that same Metal Gear Solid 1 high.
I've made this analogy
That's me,
before,
at
but
least.
like I've made the analogy before, but it's the George Lucas of gaming, where makes a really good first game, kind of with not having that name, and people are like, yeah, like, hey George, maybe you should do this. Hey Kojima, maybe you should do that. Let's like tighten this up a bit. But then it gets to like MGS5 or MGS4, and like Kojima just has such a name that no one dares question or challenge what he's doing. And then you got a situation like the Emperor Has No Clothes and no one, reels him in. Same with George Lucas. Once again, huge Star Wars fan, as you can tell, but I'll be honest, George Lucas was better with his team than he was as an individual contributor.
100%.
And I feel like Kojima was the same.
Yeah, that's
I'm
a
telling
good
you,
analogy.
they just need to let the man make a movie. Like, let's just be real. That's what he wants.
He does. That'll be a very wacky movie.
And we would all want to see it.
I would. I would rather watch a movie called Death Stranding than play the game Death Stranding.
Well, it's not
Death
like,
Stranding,
when
I'm
I
like,
say
not even
one,
getting
it's not
to.
just because you think it's going to be great. It's because you're like, what the fuck does he come up with for this?
Yeah. And 2.5 hours with popcorn.
Are you kidding? No. If he makes a movie, it's going to be a 6-hour thing with no intermission. Christopher Nolan and Tarantino are going to be like, Jesus, dude, like, this is long.
Like Gone with the Wind long.
Yeah. Yeah.
Adam, what's your last one?
Yeah. Come on, Adam.
All right,
Hit us.
I figured I wanted to go with one more recent one. This isn't the I hate level. It's just, this is one that no matter how many times I've tried, I can't get into, and that's Baldur's Gate 3. I have tried several times to try to get into it, and it's a similar problem that I have with games like Disco Elysium. I also did try a game recently that's like D&D, like cartoonish vibe, like Saturday morning D&D vibe, called Esoteric Ebb. Same problem. A lot of these games that are really reliant on dice rolling or like really long, like little tiny like minor lore dumps as you kind of get more and more involved with the world, it's too slow. I just, there's nothing to sink into, so that like I genuinely tried the last time that I tried to get into Baldur's Gate 3, I put 6 hours in. And 6 hours in, I went, I don't know a fucking thing about anything still. And with that, like, maybe it's a game that I need to play with people where I can have somebody who knows, like, the lore of a lot of these things a little bit better and can kind of help me with some of that. But, like, for the most part, every time I play them on my own, I go, combat's boring, I feel bored trying to go through the world, and the story is not giving me anything. I don't get it. It might just be straight up just nothing here is for me, and it's not clicking at all. I don't have a hatred for this one like I do with others. This is more one of those games that I'm like, I can't be bothered to spend this much time reading.
Okay. First thing, you're wrong, but I see why. So, like, I played Baldur's Gate. I think, like, that's one of the first games I think we played on this like, I was playing when we started this podcast. And that game is great. Like, it does so much cool stuff. The capabilities are endless. But that game has an uphill battle and doesn't do itself favors because, one, it is basically D&D, the computer game, and I don't think it does a good job explaining how to play D&D.
No,
right.
Considering by the time I was like 6 hours into it, I just went, I don't know what half of the shit I have does.
Yes, and like D&D is a whole thing, and like I played it as someone who does play D&D. Like I knew the mechanics, I knew the classes, I knew the limitations and how that game worked. But I even found it hard, and I was playing it on a PS4, 5, whatever I was playing it on, and I don't think that's conducive of how it plays. I think mouse and keyboard is probably the best way of playing that game. But I think one of the other issues is not only does it not teach you D&D, but I don't feel like it teaches you the gameplay mechanics of that game either. It does not hold your hand at the start. The beginning, like, world kind of sucks and is kind of boring, but also, like, not giving you all the tools and explaining everything that's capable. There's a lot of, like, you have to figure it out for yourself. And I think...
like, a lot of that game was just me staring at, like, well, that's the highest damage. I'll fucking try that.
Right, and that's the thing. Like, they're not explaining to you, like, all the options that are available and, like, how to do this. And so I think they do a bad job onboarding players, especially players who've never played D&D. So
there's also, like, the one thing that really pissed me off, and this is around the point that I dropped it. There was a dungeon that I went into where there's a jump mechanic, and it never fucking tells it to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
You just... it took me forever, and I finally just gave up and Googled it, and I watched somebody do it, and I'm like, wait, what the fuck's that? But no one thought to tell me that this button existed? Like, was I just expected to be like, look through every single button on this 30 fucking button keyboard list here and be like, oh, that's what that does?
It's a great game, and if you can get past that intro and figure out what you're doing, like, it rewards you at the end, but it asks a lot, and it doesn't, do itself favors at the beginning. Like, the beginning world is boring.
I think it's genuinely for someone who's already that deep into that kind of gameplay to begin with. I don't know if it's something that like you as a newbie can approach.
Yeah, I don't know. I think you have to watch like a lot of like Let's Plays and a lot of
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like it's not something that if you've never played D&D before, you can just kind of walk into and be like, yeah, I'll figure it out.
Yeah, but.
Like I said, I think if I actually play, like I got friends that have offered to do it with me, so like maybe someday I come back and be like, you know what, I finally got somebody to help me get through this. Now I get it.
I honestly feel like it's a game that you'd probably get the benefit is the story, and I think like just watching a Let's Play would probably be sufficient.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chris, what do you got left?
My last one is actually the game I hate the most on my list. And it is one that people have said is like The Legend of Zelda and is great and all this other stuff.
Immortal Phoenix Rising?
No. No. Okami, the fucking wolf game. I have tried on my PS3. I have tried on my Switch. I have tried on my PC. I have tried on my Steam Deck. I own this game in 3 different spots because I have tried so fucking much.
I like how you hate this game so much and probably have purchased it more than people who actually like the game.
It's because I see all the reviews. I see how much people love it. I have friends on my Steam list.
It doesn't help that the remake got announced, or the remake and the sequel got announced recently, so Chris is like, maybe I should try again.
No, I'm not.
I know how this guy operates.
No, I'm not fucking touching that ever again.
Chris is like, I'm going to do a hate buy.
Yeah, I hate buy. I don't get it. It's like It's like you're just doing the annoying wolf levels from Twilight Princess, and that's the only thing you do. Like, you're a wolf, and you have to go around on this open world. The game takes over 60 hours to beat. Why the hell is this game so long? I looked up how long to beat, because I was like, oh, I've got to be close. At least I've played like 10 hours. There's probably only 10 more to go. And I looked it up, and it was like 50 hours or something just to, like, beat the game. I was like, no, what the hell? What are you talking about? And apparently there's just so many different open world areas you got to go, and so many bosses, and the whole, like, stopping gameplay to draw the painting on the screen to do attacks. How can you slow down gameplay any more than that? Like, hey, you're about to fight as a wolf. Just kidding. We're going to pause the game, and now there's a paintbrush on the screen. We need you to draw a big circle. Okay, perfect. You have now damaged everybody. And it's like, why do I gotta paint? What is this? Like, just put the paintbrush in my mouth and it'll be my weapon. Like, make it cool. Make it fast.
Turns the paintbrush into a shiv.
Yeah, and that's why I grabbed it on the Switch, because for the first time you could use touch controls to just draw the stupid paintbrush stuff. And I was like, this will make it better. That's why I didn't like it. And then I was like, nope, it still sucks. Damn it. I just wasted another 10 hours on the same fucking game. Yeah, I can't do Okami. I don't understand it. I think it looks pretty, and I think the music is great. And then I think the game itself is just so annoying. It is just annoying. It's not that it's a bad game. It's a really, really annoying game that slows you down and is way too long.
And Chris hates that he's going to have to buy it again.
Yeah, I'm going to buy it one more time. Or maybe I'll try it on the PS5.
This is the time.
That's the one. That's the one. I'll use the trackpad to draw. Yeah, so, yeah, I don't like it.
My last one, this game got people through a lot of tough times, but I have no patience for it. And that's Animal Crossing.
I knew it. As soon as you said tough times, I was
yeah,
like... Oh.
But you're going to play Pokemon... You're going to play Pokopia, and you're going to be like, actually, guys, I get it.
No, I'm not. No. And my problem is, like, the game has nothing wrong with it, but except for the fact I don't appreciate a game that demands that I work to its schedule. I don't want to have to log in daily and maintain things. I don't want to have to go in at, like, different seasons to get different things. I am playing this video game now. I own you. You do what I want you to do. Like, if I want to play you for 6 hours, that's my prerogative. I don't need you telling me that, like, hey, there's nothing left to do. Might as well log off, but come back tomorrow. Like, no. I got things to do. I don't have endless gaming time that I'm at your beck and call. Get out of here. And so, for me, that's why I won't play Animal Crossing.
Yeah. I played like 100 hours of it or whatever it is. So I like it, but I can completely 100% see everything you're saying.
It might be my
100%.
favorite game of all time, but I refuse on principle to, play a game that I have to just log in like every couple days, like every day. And if I don't do it, I get punished, and I have to like get rid of the cobwebs and cockroaches out of my cottage. Like, no.
Yeah.
I've
it
never
definitely...
played it. I have no opinion.
I watched
No,
Jen
this...
play it.
God, yeah, this would not be for you. But then I've got like it's funny, like I've got my sister who has probably 2,000 hours in this game over the last like 6 years. Mm-hmm. And then during the pandemic, my wife was at the time just my girlfriend, but she was really stressed out. She's like, oh, we're all going to lose our jobs and lose everything and we're all going to die. And I'm like, okay, I got to de-stress my girl. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy her a Nintendo Switch Lite because it was cheap at the time. I bought it used. And I'm going to get her Animal Crossing and she's going to love it. And she thought it was the stupidest fucking game she's ever seen in her entire life. And she said, why'd you give me this? This is annoying. I was like, never mind. Yeah. So
see, I thought that was going to be us because I got Jen into it, and that was like Jen's nightly routine is like, I'm doing my Animal Crossing.
Yeah, but
gotta pick my peaches.
That is not surprising for Jenny Bezos.
Oh, right.
No. Yeah.
That game was designed for her.
Yeah.
Yeah, my wife ended up taking the Switch, loving the Switch. But her nightly routine was battling 10-year-olds, I assume, in Japan on Tetris 99 and trying to win and get even more stressed than she already was.
Nice.
So, yeah, no, her Animal Crossing copy is, she's like, why'd you buy this for me digitally? How can I give it to someone like your niece who loves it? She loves it, but she doesn't have her own copy and everything like that. So, but, yeah.
Yeah. Well, we've alienated our entire audience, so...
I got one more.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know if this one's gonna really piss people off, but there's this game called Chrono Trigger.
You're not gonna even fucking attempt that. There's no way that there's a person in the world that doesn't like Chrono Trigger. You don't have to love it.
Well, hey,
there's no way
that's the perfect opportunity. If you're watching this on YouTube, comment.
No, don't do that.
Do
Don't
it.
listen to this guy.
Do
Don't
it.
do that.
Comment about how you think Chrono Trigger is the worst game ever.
Fine, do it, because that just proves you made it an hour and a half into this podcast. There you go.
See? Case in point.
And if you're this far, why aren't you in our Discords? Go find it. linktr.ee/PixelPlay podcast.
Get in the Discord. Tell us why Chrono Trigger is amazing.
And y'all know the drill as we're ending the show off. So if you're watching on YouTube, like and subscribe. If you're listening on any audio platforms, you can give us a rating. Please do so. Anything to make that sweet algorithm happy. And then obviously share us with all your friends. Our journey to 500 subs is getting closer here on YouTube. We are one shy of 450, so
It could be
it's
you.
almost there. Hey, that's almost Tony Hawk related. 450s. Hey,
Don't do that. Don't do that. Bad game.
What's a spin? What do you want, Kaylan?
I don't think 450 is the thing.
Yeah, people do 450 spins. Whatever. Anyway, that's going to do it. So, yeah, maybe we'll come back next week and be like, okay, here's all the games that you think are bad. And we're like, yeah, these are the best. I don't know what you're fucking talking about. So,
Oh, yeah.
who knows? That'd be harder, honestly. Me sitting there being like, okay, what games that I know everybody thinks are dog shit that I actually like?
I got
can
like
come up
three
with
off
one
the top of my
at
head.
the top of my head, and that's it. So,
I thrived in that.
well, that's because you play everything. Because your backlog is like 2 billion games.
It's close. It's just under 2 billion now.
But anyways, guys, we are going to take this off the air. Friday side quest, Chris and I, we did our top 5 music tracks from the first 3 NES Mario games, so look forward to that. Saturday, I have decided on my next game. I still can't believe that, A, I finished Mystical Ninja. I thought there was way more to it. And then randomly just like, you know what, guys, we got plenty of time. I'm going to boot up Hook because I know it's hard, and, you know, you'll get to see my struggle. And I somehow finished that on stream. I don't get it. So, who knows? So I'm trying another game that I've heard great things about, and then Chris told me also is really, really hard, is Comic Zone from the Sega Genesis. So 9:30 a.m. sharp Eastern on Saturday morning if you guys want to come hang out in the YouTube channel and, you know, ask questions, shoot the breeze, whatever you want as we do the morning stream, please do so there. Otherwise, guys, that's going to do it for us. So I hope that, you know, you don't completely hate us. I get me. I kind of get me more than the rest of us, but, you know, please just come back next week.
Yeah, the other
But
two of
anyways.
us love Mega Man. It's fine.
Yeah.
Are you thinking of
So-
a 540 spin?
You know what? No, I am thinking 450, but it's wrestling. That's where my brain's mixed up. Anyways,
Because I'm doing the math. That's 100, like one and a quarter rotations. That's not going to work.
don't worry
More
about
than
it.
I can do.
Don't worry about it. Anyway, that's going to do, folks. So take care. Bye-bye for now.